Okay, good evening, everyone. So welcome back to the session. So in the last class, which topic we have done? Maven done, right? Okay. How many of you practice the Maven? Only few. What about remaining? Practice JLA. Yeah. A version? Which version? Ah, for Python, it doesn't read. Any version you can use. Okay. Fine. So in today's session, I'm gonna start the day one of DevOps. Okay. Already we've seen Git for 5 days and Maven for 1 day total. But these 6 days are not from the DevOps point of view. Okay. But why we took 6 days means we need to understand the before process of DevOps. Okay. Fine. So Satya, you didn't get the lab access. Please contact your admin. Why? Because access and everything will be provided by admin itself. Okay. So please contact them. Usman, I think it's new name. Okay, fine. So today we are covering the new topic. Okay. So forget about the Maven and Git. So today I'm freshly starting the concept. Okay. The first thing what exactly we are going to do means, first of all of you come to front. We are seeing lot of space here, right? Why are you going to black? Come to front, man. And you also like try to come to front. That row. Come to here, all of you. No, you're comfortable there only. Yeah? Fine. Okay. So we can start the session now. I think like everybody joined from the online point of view also. And one more thing, guys, you will be getting the links on time for the like online people. So no need to worry about the links. From the Monday, you'll be getting the links, everything on the time. Okay. So in today's session, I'm gonna start the concept called Jenkins. Which one? So before I start the concept, first of all, tell me, have you ever heard about Jenkins? No. Okay. So I'll teach you. Jenkins is gonna be the heart of DevOps if you ask me. Why? Because without Jenkins, there is no such thing called DevOps actually. I'll tell what is the reason and why we can call it heart of DevOps. Okay. So now, here if you go and see, lot of people will tell, if somebody asks what is the meaning of Jenkins, everybody will tell Jenkins is CI/CD tool. Have you ever heard about this one? What people will tell? Jenkins is CI/CD pipeline. Okay, might be they like okay, I'm not sure who tell like it is CI/CD pipeline. It's not pipeline. See, Jenkins is an CI/CD tool. Which tool it is? CI/CD. Okay, I'll explain very deeply about it. First of all, let's make your mind Jenkins is CI/CD tool. Which tool? CI and CD. How many words these are? Two. So CI and CD. But whatever you heard, Jenkins is for CI/CD. It is completely a blender, if you ask me. Why? Because Jenkins is not for CD, guys. Jenkins is only for CI process. Which one? Whenever if you go for interview as a DevOps point of view, first of all, they will touch about the point of Jenkins. Tell me something about Jenkins. What they will ask? Tell me something about Jenkins. If you go to Google or if you heard any of the random videos, they will tell Jenkins and CI/CD tool. Which tool it is? But sir, it is very, very biggest blender. What exactly we are going to tell? You might heard Jenkins is CI/CD, but in reality, Jenkins is only used for CI. For which purpose? That means here we need to eliminate CD from the Jenkins pointer. I'll tell what is the reason. Okay, but make sure that Jenkins is which tool? CI. Okay, not for CD. And here, what is the meaning of continuous integration? So it is going to be one of the question. Okay, so CI stand for continuous integration, sir. What is the meaning of CI? Let's split this into two equal parts, continuous and integration. What is the meaning of continuous? Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of continuous in Telugu? Nirantaram. Parasparam, correct? Continuous means like it's gonna be happen regularly. And what is the meaning of integration? Integration means adding, guys. What is the meaning of adding? Sorry, integration, adding itself. So the meaning of CI is nothing but continuous integration, okay, which you can call as continuous build plus continuous. I'll explain what is the meaning of this one. See, for example, we will be having developers in real time. Who we are having here? Let's take developer 1, developer 2, developer 3, and developer 4. What they will do, sir? What is the work of developer in real time? They will do the coding part. So after like once they're done with the coding, actually what happened, they need to send the code to the GitHub. What they need to do? GitHub. So once if I have code from the GitHub, what I'll do, I'll build it, I'll test it. After that, I'll create the artifact. Already we seen in Maven. What we do? Build, test, and finally create them into the artifact. That was completely fine. Okay. What this Jenkins will do is it will take the code, it will build it, it can test it. But sir, in the last class also you done the same thing. But what is the difference between last class and today's class? Means last class, whatever the process I said is manual process. Which process? Whatever the work you have done from the Jenkins and Maven, if you compare, Maven will do the process and Jenkins will do the process. But whatever the process you done with the Maven, it will be completely manual process. As a DevOps engineer, which approach we need to go? Manual or automation? So this Jenkins will do the automation. So it will automatically take the code, it will build it, and it can test it. Okay. So here continuous integration means continuous build plus continuous. What is the meaning of continuous build plus continuous test? Means whatever the code the developer is giving, that I'm going to continuously build it, test it. For example, in day 1, developer give me 100 lines of code. I'll build it, I'll test it. That's it. Next day he'll come to office or not, sir? What he will do? Again, he will write some new lines of code. Now, how many number of codes I'm having here? 200 lines of code. Again, these 200 lines of code. Okay, I'll build it, I'll test it. Now, again in day 3, I combine day 2 code with day 3 code. Again, I'll build it and again I test it. So this is what exactly we can call as continuous integration. Continuous integration means continuous build plus continuous. What you are continuously building and testing old code with the developer, day 1 gives some X code. I'll build, I'll test. Day 2, he will give some Y code. I combine X plus Y and I'll build and test. In day 3, he's gonna give X plus Y plus Z. I'm gonna build it and test it. So this is what exactly will happen in the Jenkins. But all of the process is going to be happen on automatic way. Which way? In the Maven also you've done the same thing, building and testing, but that is which way? Manual way. Is the concept of continuous integration clear for all of you know? Now tell me, what is continuous integration? Continuous build plus continuous. What you are continuously building and testing? Old code with new code. Okay. So here, if we go to the diagrammatical approach also, here I have explain the same thing. So if somebody asks you what is the meaning of continuous integration, so you need to tell them continuous build plus continuous. What is the thing you are continuously building and testing old code with new code? Acha, fine. So now, is the concept of continuous integration clear for all of you? Online, can you please confirm, is the concept of continuous integration clear for all of you or not? So guys, remember, try to be very responsive and active from the Jenkins. Why? Because it is the heart of the DevOps. If you learn this single tool, DevOps will be very easy for you. Okay, fine. So it was clear. Sir, before continuous integration, okay, you are telling that continuous integration is good. But before continuous integration, what happened to the real time? Let's see. How many developers I'm having? 4 developers. Developer 1 gave the code to the GitHub. He is very fast. He gave the code on day 1. Developer 2 give the code to the GitHub on the day 2. Developer 3 on day 3 and developer 4 on. That means in the GitHub, I got the I got the code on complete 4th day. In the 5th day, what I done, in the 5th day, I completely integrate the whole code. What is the meaning of integration? Adding developer 1 code, developer 2, developer 3, 4 code. In the 6th day, the code is sent to the tester in our organization. Where the code sent to the, what is the work of tester? His work is to test the source code. Okay. But unfortunately, this tester found a bug. What he found? Bug. He found the bug on the day 7. And unfortunately, this bug is from the developer 1. From which person? Developer 1 give the source code on day 1. Developer 2 on day 2, developer 3 on day 3, and developer 4 on day 4. Integration happen on which day? 5th. Testing happen on 6th. Now, bug is found on which day? From which developer? Sir, tell me one thing. Developer give the code on day 1. He found the bug on day 7. Now, in the middle of the 6 days, it's completely time waste or not, sir? Now, again, we need to go to his code. Again, you need to review the code. Again, you need to modify the code. And again, I need to submit the code. So, if you follow this kind of approach, 2 things will happen. First of all, everything here is going to be a manual approach. Code you are getting from one place, integration on other place, testing is another place. Complete manual way. Second one is lot of time waste. Why? Because developer give the code on day 1 itself, whereas the bug has been found on day 7 itself. That means completely 6 days is waste of time. So before continuous integration, what exactly happen is we have 2 disadvantages. First one will be manual work. You can see it very clearly. Code coming from one place, integrating on other place, testing on other place. Second one is time waste. Okay. But after continuous integration, what happened? This process has been automated with the help of the server itself. Integration, building, and testing is going to be happen on this single server. This is what I can call as continuous integration server. Which server? For example, in this approach, if developer gives the source code on day 1, if I send to the server, within 10 minutes, I'll get the output. Only 10 minutes. So you need not to wait for developer 2, 3. It's not required. If you send the code, he will get the immediate output. If developer 2 send the code on day 2, within 10 minutes, he'll get the output. Here, integration is happening, building is happening, testing is happening. All of these are happening on where? In the CA server. That means instead of working with humans, we automated our work with the server itself. That is what we can call as continuous integration server. Okay. So if somebody asks you, what is before CA and after CA means, you need to tell them before continuous integration, what happened means everything is manual process. Which process? And here we can see a lot of time waste is there. But after continuous integration, the work has been replaced with the server itself. Okay. Now what server is doing? It is automating the entire process. And next it is going to save the lot of time. Now if you compare, which one is better, before CA or after CA? After CA. Correct. Now again, I'll explain the whole process. Jenkins is CI/CD tool. It's a myth. But what is reality? It's only for CI stand for continuous integration, which means continuous build plus continuous. What you are continuously building and testing? Old code with new code. Okay. What is the example means? In day 1, if I have 100 lines of code, I'll build and test. In day 2, I'll add one more 100 lines of code. I'll combine old code with new code, build and test. So like that. Before continuous integration, what happened here? Process is completely manual and time is. But after continuous integration, automated process and time is saving. So this is an high level overview about CI in theoretical way. So online, is the CI process clear for all of you? Know what is CI and what happened before and after CI? Can you please confirm in chat box once? And offline, is it clear for all of you? Okay. Okay, sir. Now you said about CI. But there is something called as CD. Na? What is the meaning of CD? Of course, Jenkins will not do the CD. But you need to understand the CD process also. What is the meaning of CD? Means CD will be having two definitions. How many? First one, continuous delivery. Second one, continuous deployment. You can call both of them, but there is slight variation. Can you turn on the lights here? There is switch. Yeah. Here also. Okay. So CD is having two meanings. First of all, continuous delivery. Second one is continuous deployment. Both will work same only, but only one difference. Okay. But before I explain the concept of continuous delivery and deployment, let understand the environments in real time. Okay. If you work on real time, you will be heard about something called as environment. What we can call as environment means, I'll tell you with the basic example. In your home, have you ever prepared any kind of dishes? Sweets, biryanis? You prepared? Eh? Okay, let's assume the scenario. For example, some relatives come to your home. Some relatives come to your home. First of all, you prepare a sweet. Black one, it's not working. Okay. So you prepared some sweets, sir. You want to give the sweet to whom? Your relatives. Okay. So what happened means, before serving the sweet to relatives, first of all, what you do, you will taste the sweet. For your next clarification, you ask your mom to taste the sweet. And for next clarification, your younger brother or sibling, you will ask them. Okay, sibling. Finally, then only you can go and give to the relatives. Why can't you directly go and give to relatives, sir? Because if something not happen in our favor, relatives will bug. Okay. So in real time also what happened, when you create the application, directly you cannot give the application to the user. First of all, we need to check it. Okay. To check the application, we use environments in real time. What do we use? So environments are majorly classified into two types, sir. One is pre-prod and second one is prod. How many types? Pre-prod and prod. Okay. So this pre-prod environment, you can also be called as non-prod. It can be called as pre-prod or you can call it as non-prod. Pre-prod environments are developing environment, QA environment, UAT environment, and production environment is called as live environment also. You can call it as prod itself. Again, I'm telling environments are classified into two types. First one is pre-prod, PP, or simply you can call it as non-prod. Second environment is you can call it as prod or you can call it as live environment. So in pre-prod environment, you will be having developing environment, you will be having QA environment, you will be having UAT. What happened inside means, see, once developer write the code, he will test on his local laptop whether the code is working or not. If it is working, then he will ask the tester to test whether the application is working on fine. Just like I prepare the sweet, I ask my mom to taste the sweet. Here also, developer given the code for the application, it is working on his local laptop. Now he will ask tester to verify this is passing all the test case or not. Now what the tester will do, he will take the code and he is going to test on his local laptop. Once it pass all the test cases, now finally I'll ask UAT environment. UAT environment means here client will use the application. I'll ask my client to use the application. Client, are you satisfied with the application? Just use and let me know. If client is satisfied, then directly I can use it to the users. I'll put the application on prod, and in the prod, who is going to use the application? First of all, I put the application to developing environment. Later, I'll be putting it to testing environment. Later, I'll be going with UAT, and finally, I go with the prod environment. Okay. In developing environment, who will use the application? In testing environment, testers. In UAT environment, but in prod environment, who is using the application? Just like I prepared the sweet, first I check with myself, then later my mom, later then sibling, then finally to the relatives. Here also, application should not be delivered to the user. First of all, we need to check it. Then we need to give to tester. Then we need to give to client. Then only we can give it to the user. All this is going to be happening in the environments. Where it is going to be happen? Now tell me how many kind of environments we are having. Two. One is pre-prod or non-prod. Second one is prod. are live. Is the classification of environments clear for all of you know? Everybody. Online, what about you? Is the environment classification clear for all of you? Okay, fine. So it's clear for all of you. That was great to hear. Okay, sir, fine. You said about you are going to explain continuous delivery or deployment, but what you are teaching here? Environments. What is the relation between environments and this delivery or deployment means? This delivery and deployment is going to differentiate with the help of environments only. If you see here, see, continuous delivery means deploying the application to production in manual way. If I deploy the application to production in manual way, that is called as continuous delivery. No, sir, if I deploy the application to production in automatic, that is called as, this is the only difference between delivery and deployment. Again, I'm telling, if you deploy the application to production in manual way, that is called as continuous delivery. If you deploy the application to production in automatic, this is the definition. Is the difference between continuous delivery and deployment clear for all of you know? Great. So it is going to be one of the interview question for you. Okay, if you want to know the difference between delivery and deployment, you need to first comfortable with the environments. Okay, like that. So in real time, which one we are going to practice? Delivery or deployment? Why deployment? Automation. But in general, some companies will follow the delivery approach also. Okay, some companies will follow the delivery approach. Some companies go for the deployment. But here I'll teach both of them for you. Okay, continuous delivery and deployment. Is everything fine? Lights. Just turn the lights off. Okay. Fine. Okay, sir. Now you said about continuous integration means continuous build plus continuous test, and continuous delivery means deploying the application to production in manual. Delivery means deployment means deploying the application to production in automatic. But here now my question is how I can do the CI/CD with the help of pipeline. With the help of what? If I want to do continuous integration or continuous delivery or even continuous deployment, I need to have the pipeline. What do I need to have? So you might heard about the pipeline previously, right? Can anyone tell me what is the definition of pipeline? You are my previous student. You can tell it very easily. I'm asking to the newcomers. What is pipeline? You can tell the answer whatever you know. What stand for production, Pallavi? Satya, I'll show you how CD works in both aspects, manual and automation. Okay, don't worry about it. So, any example for continuous, pipeline? First of all, I'll tell what is the meaning of pipeline. Forget about the real-time example. I'll tell real-life example. All of you came to the class today, right? Okay. Before came to class, what you done? You took the lunch. Correct or not, sir? Before the lunch, what you took? Breakfast. Before breakfast, some daily activities, just like brushing, bathing, of course, which is optional for someone, but we have in the pipeline. Okay. But before doing the daily activities, what you need to do? Wake up. That means, first of all, if you wake up, then only you can do the daily activities. Without doing daily activities, like without waking up, can you do that, like daily activities here? No. After doing the daily activities, then only you can go for breakfast. After going breakfast only, lunch. So after taking the lunch only, then only you can come to the class. You are following the step-by-step pattern or not, sir? That is the definition of pipeline. Pipeline means step-by-step execution of a process. What do you call it as? Or you can call it as series of events interlinked with each other. Both will be having the same meaning. Okay. The meaning of pipeline is step-by-step execution of a process, or you can call it a series of events interlinked with. If you ask me in real time, first of all, we get the code. After getting the code only, we can do compiling or not, sir? After compiling only, we are going for, after testing, then only we can convert. Then only we can do the deployment. In the last class, I shown you code taking, compiling, testing, artifact I shown you, but have I shown you deployment in Maven? Maven won't deploy the application, but Jenkins will do it. Is my point clear for all of you? Yes. Maven won't deploy the application. Maven work is to create the artifact only. But whatever the artifact you create from the Maven, Jenkins will take the responsibility of the deployment. Okay. Again, whatever the process you done compiling, testing an artifact, Maven will do on manual way, but Jenkins will do on automation. So now tell me, what is the meaning of pipeline here? Can anyone tell me? Step by step execution of a, or another meaning? Series of events interlinked with each other. Great. Okay. Sir, first of all, we discussed about CI. What is CI? Continuous integration. What is the definition? Continuous build plus test. Great. Next, we discussed about CD. What is CD? Continuous delivery. Meaning is deploying the application to production in manual. That is delivery. Deployment means deploying the application to production in automatic. If I want to do CI/CD, what I need to have? Pipeline. What is pipeline? Step by step execution of the process. But if I want to have pipeline, what I need to have? I need to have a tool called Jenkins. What I need to have? First of all, I said about CI. Later that I said about CD, delivery and deployment. Later that to do the CI CD, you need to have the pipeline. I said about pipeline. But if you want to create the pipeline, all you need to have is Jenkins itself. That means if you talk practically, till now I haven't said anything about Jenkins. Till now I said what Jenkins can do. Till now what we discussed about, it's not about Jenkins, I said, it's about what Jenkins is capable of doing. Okay. So now let's go and explore what is the meaning of Jenkins. So basically, Jenkins is a free and open source tool. What is the meaning of free and open source? Free means no need to pay any kind of amount. Open source means source code is visible on public. Next, Jenkins is written on Java programming language, just like Maven written. So it is also on Java. Next, it is platform independent. What is the meaning of platform independent, sir? It can be able to work on Windows, Linux, Mac OS. It doesn't matter. And it consists of lot of plugins actually. What is the meaning of plugin? Already I said. Plugin is a small software. Instead of downloading the tool, we can download the plugin and we can work. And next, Jenkins will have the community support. Community support means, see, I'll tell you. Let's take our Telegram channel. You are practicing. Unfortunately, if you got any doubt, what will you do? You will post the doubt on the Telegram channel. What other people will do? They will reply you. Correct or not, sir? In Jenkins also, if you are practicing anything, unfortunately, in Jenkins, you got the issue. If you post it on the community, they will resolve the issue for you. Okay, or they will tell the solution for you to resolve. That is what we can call as community support. And next one, the better advantage of the Jenkins is it can automate the entire SDLC. You know SDLC, right? Tell me the steps. How many steps we have? 7. Tell me. First of all, plan, code, build, test, deploy, operate, monitor. What is the shortcut I said? How many of you listen to the day 1 class here? Raise your hands. Then you need to tell the shortcut, man. Pakistan Cricket Board directory is Tom. P for plan, C for code, B for build, T for D for O for operate, M for. If I use the single Jenkins tool, this Jenkins tool can do all of the activities. Complete entire SDLC it can be able to automate. And this Jenkins was owned by the Sun Microsystem. Basically, Maven is owned by Apache Software Foundation, right? Just like Jenkins is owned by the Sun Microsystem. Basically, initial name of Sun Microsystem is, initial name of Jenkins is not Jenkins. It is called as Hudson. Which one? Initial name. Okay, but Hudson was a paid version at that time and have some limitations. Later, Oracle taken the Hudson from the Sun Microsystem. And later they have make it free and open source. And later they made it to the initial owner is Sun Microsystem only. But later it was taken by the Oracle and renamed the Hudson to Jenkins. And the inventor of this Jenkins is, can anyone read this name? I'll show the person name also. Wait, like He's a person. You have you seen the movie called Seven Sins? What is the villain name? Dongli, right? He looks similar to him only. Okay, go and see. He's the person. What is the name? Hmm? Just read this one. Okay. Let's see who will tell the correct answer. Huh? Kosuke Kawaguchi. Okay, the name itself is Kosuke Kawaguchi, the name of the person who invented the Jenkins. And Jenkins will be having the port number called 8080. So Jenkins will work with Java 11 or Java 17 version. Just like Maven work with the Java 1.8.0. So this Jenkins is working with Java 11 or Java. And what is the home path of Maven? .m2. But Jenkins will have the home path called varlib Jenkins. What is the home path? Varlib. Again, I'm going to tell you all of this. So it's a free and open source tool. It is written on Java programming language, which is platform independent. It consists a lot of plugins here, and we have the community support. What do we have here? So it can automate the entire SDLC, and the better advantage is it is going to manage by the Sun Microsystem as a Hudson. But later, which company taken? Oracle, and they made it free and open source for the public. So the inventor of the Jenkins is Kosuke Kawaguchi, and the port number will be 8080. It supports Java 11 or 17, and the home path will be varlib Jenkins. So this is the introduction of Jenkins. Is the Jenkins intro clear for all of you? Know? All can you confirm? Is the Jenkins intro clear for all of you? Not? Okay, fine. And guys, don't worry about the class. Basically, I intimated to the admins. Mostly from Monday or tomorrow, you will get the class change. Not this class, we'll go to some other class. Okay. Ah, yes. Okay. Sir, in interview, they will ask you a question called what are the alternative for Jenkins? Basically, Jenkins will be having a lot of alternatives. So we have something called as Bamboo. What do we have is Bamboo, Go CI, Circle CI, Tarvis, Semaphore, Buddy Buildmaster, GitLab, Harness, Argo City. All this will be coming for the alternative of. But do we need to learn all of them? No, only one tool per one stage in the SDLC. Okay. So this will be the alternative for the Jenkins. In interview, they will ask you what are the other alternatives. Famous one will be Bamboo. GitLab will be the famous alternative for the Jenkins itself. Of course, in the cloud also, we are having something called as AWS CodePipeline. What do we call as? If you create your AWS account and if you go and type here, just type code pipeline. What do we call as? So this is one of the alternative for the Jenkins. Whatever Jenkins will do, this will do from the AWS point of view. Like that. So now theoretical concept is done. You've seen what is CI/CD, what is pipeline, what is Jenkins you have seen. Now it is time to go and see what is the setup of Jenkins. So guys, remember Jenkins setup is going to be a little bit lengthy. But don't worry, we are going to make it automate. What we are going to do? So remember always, if you want to automate something, first of all, you need to learn the manual process. Without learning manual, can you able to automate? It's highly impossible. Okay. I can set up Jenkins within 1.5 minutes, but for the day one, it will take at least 10 minutes. How many minutes? Why? Because I need to explain each and every point in a manual way. If once you are comfortable with manual, then we can go for the automation itself. So let me go and create an EC2 instance to launch the Jenkins server. So in the meanwhile, how many of you watch cricket here? How many of you watched the last match? Last night? Highlight, right? Jenkins. Just create a normal server. Yeah, someone is asking. Sorry. I ask you to give all traffic, right? If you give all traffic, that will be fine. How you connected? No, I'm asking how you connected from browser or like from mobile system. That means you haven't given the proper security group, or second thing will be clear the cache. Sometime if you have the cache on your browser, it's not going to connect. Okay. It happened with me also. Clear the cache and try. If it is not working, try from other browser. Even though if it is not working, then I'll try to troubleshoot your issue. Fine. Not a fan of cricket, huh? So here I'm connecting for my EC2 instance, guys. So first of all, remember here you need to get the source code. To get the source code, which tool we need to install? Maven. No, Git. And I want to build and test. Which tool will do the building and testing? Maven. And I want to do the continuous integration. Which tool will do the continuous integration? That means clearly I need to install Git, Maven, Jenkins. These are mandatory. For Maven, which version of Java? 1.8.0. For Jenkins, it can be 11, or that means you need to install 3 tools with 2 Java versions. Okay. Let me log into the root user. Sudo hyphen I. You know what is the full form of sudo? Super user do. Which one? Super user do. What is the shortcut to clear the screen? Control L. Okay. So in the notes, I have given the step-by-step installation of Jenkins server from the AWS EC2. First of all, create an EC2 instance and give the all traffic. Guys, remember, if you don't give all traffic, your server will not connect. Why? Because Jenkins port number is 8080. Okay, if you give all traffic, in the all traffic, you have the Jenkins port number 8080, which will absolutely fine to connect. So in the step number 1, what I'm installing, sir, here, Git, Java, Maven. Git is to get the code. And Java 1.8.0 is the supporting version of the Maven. Maven is to build, test, and create the artifact. Okay. So I am installing them here. Yum install Git Java and Maven. Hyphen Y stand for yes. Okay. No. By default, it will download the latest version of Maven. Okay. That is the point number 1. In point number 1, what you done? You install the Git to get the code, Java and Maven. Java is the supporting version of Maven. And what Maven will do? Building in. Step number 2 is getting the repository. Sir, if I want to download the Jenkins, Jenkins will have the dependencies. What Jenkins will have? All the dependencies will be going to provide from the Jenkins official documentation. If you go to jenkins.io, it is the official documentation of Jenkins. You can see the page called download. What you can see? And select the Red Hat. Why? Because whatever the AM I am using, it belongs to the Red Hat flavor. Okay. So go to the official documentation, Jenkins dot. Here you can see something called as download. Go here. So while downloading, you are having 2 things: long-term stability as well as weekly release. Which one you prefer? LTS or weekly release? Always prefer LTS. Why? Because if you go for weekly, you'll be having lot of bugs. Of course, LTS is also having some bugs, but weekly release will be having more than expected bugs. So select here Red Hat. Why? Because whatever the server I'm using, it belongs to the Red Hat flavor. Click on this one. Are you seeing the first 2 commands, sir? Just copy them and paste them. First command is the repository for the Jenkins. Second one is the key for that repository. Okay, so you need to copy paste them in your server. That's it. Again, I'm explaining one more time. Step number one, go and install Git Java 1.8.0 and Maven. Step number two, you are going to download the repository. How? Go to jenkins.io, click on the download and go to Red Hat. I'll show this process one more time for your even better clarity. So go here. Now tell me, what is the website? It is the official documentation page of Jenkins. Next, download. Next, Red Hat. Okay, these two commands. Done. After that, here, sir, next here you are going to install the Jenkins. What you gonna install? Jenkins. But before Jenkins, what is the supporting version of Jenkins? Java 11. Here with the help of Amazon Linux Extras. Basically, we use the package manager called Yum package manager. Which one? But for some packages, this Yum package manager will not work. So always remember, in the Amazon Linux, all the times Yum package manager will not work for the all the packages. So sometimes we need to use the package manager called Amazon Linux Extras. Okay. From this package manager, I'm going to install Java OpenJDK 11. Okay. So I'm installing the Java here. But remember, before Java 11, I have already the Java version of 1.8.0. Which one? That 1.8.0 is for the Maven, but this 11 is for the Jenkins. So make sure this one. So now there you go. Your Java 11 is installed. So now directly go and install Jenkins. Direct command yum install. Okay. So now Jenkins will install. That's it. So your three tools: Git, Maven, Jenkins install. Maven required Java 1.8 and Jenkins required Java. These are also installed. Now I'll ask you one question. Sir, if I want to run my Jenkins, which version of Java is required? 11. But in my server, which version of Java is running? So you have the Java conflict here. That means this server need 11 to run. But here currently, what is the version we are having? So in this case, we are going to switch the Java version. Okay. So how exactly we are going to switch the Java version means there is a command called update-alternatives config Java. What is the work of this command? You know, if you want to switch from one version of Java to another version of Java, this command will work. Again, tell me what is the command? Update alternatives config Java. Now what you do? Hit enter and select the Java version. Sir, you want 1.8.0 or 11? 11. 11 means what is the number you want to give? 2. Yes, that's it. So now automatically the 11 is going to come to your screen now. Previously, which version you are having? But now which version I existed here? Why I came from 1.8.0 to 11 means why? Because Java required 11. Sorry, Jenkins required Java 11. Otherwise, Jenkins will not work. Okay. So like this. So is the concept clear now? How I switch the Java version? Tell me the command now. Update-alternatives config Java. So till now, step number 3 is done. Again, step number 1 is installing Git Java Maven. Step number 2 is downloading the repo from official documentation. Step number 3 is downloading Java 11 in. Now, the last step is restarting the Jenkins server. What is the last step? So remember, whenever if you download any service in your server, by default, it will be on stopped state. So currently, Jenkins is a server. Okay, it's a service actually. If you download that one, it will be in stopped state. Which state? So we want to start it. How to start it means give the command call systemctl. First of all, I'll show the status of Jenkins server. What is the status here? Inactive. So by default, if you download any service, it will go to inactive only. So we need to start them. How to do means systemctl start. Systemctl is the command which will deal with the services, stopping of the service, starting of the service, checking the service. Every service command will deal with the systemctl itself. In future, you are going to use this command very extensively. So now I'm going to start the service. No need Gautam. No need to change it. Okay. Already Maven is having 1.8.0. Okay. So now the systemctl command is starting the Jenkins service. Now you can check the status once it is done. Give the up arrow. Instead of start, you can put status. That's it. What is the status now here? So now your Jenkins server is done. Okay. So your service is running now. You can go and you can activate it. So now here the main process. Once you install the service in the server, next part is you need to connect. Okay. To connect to the server, I have clearly given the point how to connect. First of all, copy the public IP address of your Jenkins server. What you do? Go here. You can see the IP address here. Are you seeing it now? Or if not here, what you can do is you can go to the direct console, select your Jenkins server, make this pop up. Okay. Click on the public IP. Are you seeing the public IP here? Copy the public IP address and give it here with port number. That's it. Now your service is going to start now. See. But before that, you need to unlock the Jenkins. Okay. So here, are you seeing the path here? In this path, you are having the password for the Jenkins. That password will unlock the Jenkins. So now copy that path, go to your server and give the command cat. Okay. In the file call varlib Jenkins secrets folder, I have the initial admin password in this file. I'm seeing from the cat command. Are you seeing the password here? Select that, give it here, continue. That's it. So now automatically Jenkins will start loading the plugins here. Click on install suggested plugins. Now your Jenkins will be installing the plugins here. That's it. So here each and every point, what exactly you need to follow, I have given them. Okay. So copy the public IP address and port number 8080 on the browser. Where you need to do it? Browser. Why I written this browser means in the last batch, I given the same public IP address, port number 8080. Some people copied on terminal and telling, sir, we are not getting the output. Okay, that is the reason I mentioned where to paste each and every command on the notes itself. So go ahead and check here now. In the server, your plugins got installed. Now you need to give the username and password. So you can give dummy email, dummy username, dummy password. Here I'm giving all Raham itself. So username Raham, password is Raham, confirm password Raham, full name also Raham, and email address is also going to be. So guys, no need to give your original emails and original password. Everything you can give dummy. But in real time, we'll give the original emails and original password. So start using Jenkins. That's it. So now here you can see your Jenkins dashboard. Are you seeing the dashboard here? So it is a continuous integration server called Jenkins dashboard. Okay. From now, you are going to work everything from the dashboard itself. What you are going to work here? Dashboard. Sir, now you are having the Jenkins here. From the Jenkins, what we can do? We can do the continuous integration, continuous delivery, and continuous deployment. But for that purpose, what we need to have? Pipeline. What we need to have? Now, before I go and start the pipeline explanation, is the concept of Jenkins setup clear for all of you? So guys, whatever the comments here I have given, just go and copy paste the comments, you'll get the output. Today's manual way. So it took almost all 15 minutes, but in tomorrow, I'm going to show within 1.5 minutes only. Okay, why? Because before automation, we need to go for manual. So online, is the concept of Jenkins setup clear for all of you? Can you ping me on comment section once? So here is a question from Lalita. Sir, is it not possible to connect to port number 8080 directly instead of all traffic? Definitely you can connect, Lalita, but if you give all traffic, that will be very fine. Okay, no need to give it separately now. Same step we can follow in real time. Yes, definitely. And the other peer, could you? Okay, once. Definitely, I'll give the glimpse of installation one more time at the end. Don't worry. Fine. Sir, now if I want to do continuous integration, first tell me what is the meaning of continuous integration, continuous build plus. To build and test, which tool we are going to use? Maven. Okay. What we are building and testing? Old code with. So code means which tool you need to have? Git. That means I need to use Git and Maven to do the continuous integration process. Where I'm using Git and Maven in the Jenkins itself. Where I'm using Git and Maven. So let me show you the automation process. But before that, guys, remember, if you want to do any kind of work in Jenkins, you can use jobs. What you can use? I said about pipeline. Pipeline is a kind of job. And we have one more kind called freestyle. Which one? For the initial 2 days, I'm going to show you what is freestyle. Later, then we can go for the pipeline. Why? Because without freestyle, you cannot learn the pipeline itself. Okay. So in Jenkins, if I want to perform any kind of task, I need to use the job. To do any work or task in Jenkins, we need to create the job. So how to create the job? Very easy. Are you seeing the new item here? Are you seeing the create a job? Anyone you can use. Okay. So click on new item. Give the name of the job. For example, the job name I'm gonna give it as Raham. What is the name of the job? Or you can give CI job. Which job? So click on freestyle. That's it. Now you create the job. In this job, you are going to integrate two tools. One is Git. Second one is, what is the work of Git to get the source code? So select here OK. Now you'll be going to the new console in the dashboard. Sir, here go to the GitHub account. So if you go to here, GitHub DevOps Wareham Jenkins Java project. It is my project repository or not, sir? Same repository we used in the last session. Now what I'll do, you know, I want to get the repository to my local. How can I get it? Clone. For cloning, what I need to do? Copy the URL. Go to the Jenkins server and select here source code management. What is my source code management? Select the Git and give the repository URL. Now directly, this Jenkins will take code from this repository. Previously, how we done by using git clone command? That is manual. But if I directly give the repository URL, it will download the source code to the local. First thing. Second thing, what is the branch here I'm having for the code? Which branch I'm having? So here I need to give the master. By default, it is going to be master only. So no need to mention it. Just give the repository URL and directly come. Now with the Jenkins, I integrate which tools are here? Now next tool, what I need to integrate? Maven. Come here. What is the goal we are going to use to create the artifact? Huh? Which goal we need to use to create the artifact? No. I'm asking the goal. Goal is a command. Which one we need to use? I'll give a hint. Huh? First one will be MVN. MVN clean package. Which one? MVN clean package will remove the existing artifact and create the new artifact. Already we discussed this or not, sir? Then again you forgot. Okay, so remember MVN clean package we need to use for the artifact creation. But my question is where to give the command? My question is where to give the. Now what I'm doing building. So if you want to build, go for the build step and you have two options. First of all, you can use invoke top level Maven targets. It is the first one you have. Here you can give the target. Second one is you can go for execute shell. What is the meaning of execute shell? Means if you want to run any kind of shell command, okay, you need to use the execute shell. Now tell me which command I need to use. mvn clean package. That's it, sir. So already in the last session I shown you. Basically in the last session I create the server. First of all, let me draw the diagram. In the server, what I done, I got the code from the GitHub and I done the mvn clean package to get the artifact. But here what I'm doing in the same server, I'm integrating Git and I'm integrating the Maven. But that is manual, that is automation. Okay. Again, I'm gonna show you how to integrate this one. First of all, copy the repository URL from the Jenkins. Go to the continuous integration job, select the Git, give the repository URL. That's it. Okay, and the name of the branch will be master only. If you have some any other branch called ABC branch, give the ABC branch here. If you have some any other branch. Later, I want to give the mvn package to create the artifact. So I'll be going to the build step and I'm using execute shell. This execute shell is nothing but the way of running the Linux commands. So give the command here, click on save. Now you configure the job. You configure the, sir, my question is where you configure the job. I configure the job on Jenkins server, but I am working from GUI. Where I am working from? Remember, this dashboard and this server both are same only. Don't think these are two different servers. This server is having this dashboard. Whatever you are working on this dashboard, output will be storing on this server. So remember this point. So now I create the job, I configure the job. If you want to run the job, I need to click on build now. What is the meaning of build now? Running the job. Click on build now. Now if you go and see, I am going to click on this blue symbol, which is going to show the logs. Are you seeing the logs, sir? Whatever the logs we are seeing on the Maven class, same logs are coming or not? Compiling is doing now. Next it will go for testing. And after that you can see the build success. Build success means it is telling that building the var file. Sir, what is var file? Is it artifact or not, sir? You are building the var file, but where you are building the var file? In the varlib Jenkins. What is the varlib Jenkins? It's a default path of Jenkins. So in the varlib Jenkins workspace, in the CI job means name of our job. In the target folder, you have Netflix var file. If you want me to show, go to your server. In the path, you will be getting the var file. CD or like just give LL var lib Jenkins. Your output will be storing on a workspace. Remember, all your outputs are going to store on the workspace. Inside the workspace, my job name is CA job stand for continuous integration job. Inside target, I have the var file. Are you seeing the Netflix -1.2.2 wrote where? Sir, where you work out? I work out on the GUI, right? But where the output stored on the server. Okay. So like this. In this way, everything you are going to work the process in manual way or automatic way? Automatic. Sir, here developer given the code on day one. You build the code, you test the code, you create the artifact. Day one work is done. Now developer 2 will give some other code on day 2 or not, sir? Okay, now see, I am the developer. For example, I'm changing the code here. It's not my repository. Let me go and log into my account. Give me a second. I'll be going to log into the DevOps Warehouse account and I'll try to change the code. Okay, see. Click on sign in. See what are the point I'm telling you. This is going to be very important point now. Try to understand. So it is my repository. Now what developer is doing? Assume I am developer. Now developer is going to the code here and is trying to change some code. In the main, in the web application, index.jsp. Now what I am doing now? I am going to change some code here. For example, currently what is the version? 6. I am changing the code. Sir, is the code changed or not, sir? No. And I am committing the code. Now developer 1, he worked on day 2. He given some new lines of code. For example, I give only 1 line of code. Let's assume he have given some X lines of code. Now what we are going to do? We are going to do the continuous integration. Who will do the continuous integration? Jenkins server. What is continuous integration, sir? Continuous build plus test. Now to do the continuous integration, if I click on build now, automatically new code will come. Why? Because in the background, if I go to the configuration, in the background, already I configured the repository or not, sir? If you go and see here, in this GitHub repository, my code got changed. I already configured the GitHub repository here. That means whatever the code I change on this repository, it will come to the Jenkins. And now what Jenkins will do? It will build, it will test. Again, it is going to create the artifact. Click on build now. So now again, from the new repository, from the existing repository, new code will come. Building, testing, artifact. Now if you go and see, I am just clicking on build now. Apart from that, am I doing anything here? That means the entire process of taking the code, compiling the code, testing the code, artifact creation, everything is automating or not, sir? This is what Jenkins will do. Again, in the next day, developer is trying to change some new code here. I'm changing here instead of developer. I'm putting from version 7 to version 8. I'm committing the code. Now developer change the code on day 3. Now in the day 3, I have some new code. Day 2, I have some old code. What I'll do, I'll click on build now. Now automatically from that repository, new code will come. And build testing will be happening with the old code. So now tell me one thing. Is it completely automated or not, sir? This is what exactly we are going to call it as continuous integration. What is the definition of continuous integration? I said for you. Continuous build plus is building and testing happening or not, sir? Why? Because you give ambient clean package. What you are continuously building and testing? Old code with developer give day 1 code. In day 2 also you give some new code. I'm combining and I'm building and testing. So this is the practical way of continuous integration implementation in real time also. Whatever the process I shown for you, same process is going to happen on the real time aspect. So now tell me, is the concept of continuous integration clear for all of you? Everybody. Online, can you please confirm, is the concept of continuous integration clear for all of you or not? Okay. Fine. So Suman, you can ask the question. Sorry, Luman, you can ask the question. I'll give the option to unmute. So Vinay, sir, my understanding of Jenkins is basically automating Maven. See, Vinay, Jenkins can automate lot of things. Okay. Automating Maven is one of the thing, but Jenkins is not designed for that. Jenkins can automate lot of things, but Maven is one of among them. Hope it is clear for you. Multiple dev commit the code. See, even though if multiple developers commit the code, at the end of the day, we take code from single branch only. Okay, that is going to be mentioned on branching strategy. Don't worry about it. Okay. So now what I'll do, I'm going to delete the project. Okay. Let's create everything from the starting point. Okay. It's for your clarity only. Now, first of all, if you want to do any work in the Jenkins, what I need to do? New item. So you need to give the job name. This time I'm giving the job name as Raham. What I'm giving? Guys, you can give any job name. It doesn't matter. Okay. You can give your name also and click on freestyle. Later go for. Okay. So if you go to the notes, in the notes, I have given the same process. New item, name, any name, freestyle, click on. Next, in the source code management, what I need to select here? If you go to here, in the source code management, am I selecting it here? Next, what you are going to give here? URL. If you go and see this URL also I mentioned here. This URL also I have mentioned here. Copy the URL and give it. Later, if you scroll down, my Git integration is done. I get the source code from this repository. Now I want to build it and test it. For building and testing, which tool we need to use? So go for the build step and click on execute. This point I have written here. Go for build step, click on add build step. Now click on execute. What is the command we need to run there? MBN. Next, save it and click on build now. So here I am running the command. Click on save and click on. Automatically GitHub will send the code to the Jenkins and Maven will do the build plus test. If you want to see what is happening, click on this symbol. Are you seeing the build got success? After build got success, you get the var file. Where is the var file? Var lib Jenkins workspace, Raham target. So this is what exactly we can do. In tomorrow, if developer gives some additional code, again I'll do build now. Automatically new code will come, integration will done. Day after tomorrow, developer is going to give some new code. Again, I'll click on build now. New code will come, build and test. So this is how exactly the automation is going to work in the real time. So, and the concept you need to have on your brain is what is the meaning of workspace? Workspace means where your job output is going to store. What is the meaning of workspace? By default, workspace in Jenkins is var lib Jenkins workspace. In tomorrow's class, I'm gonna change the default workspace. Basically, I can change it today, but for today it is fine. Okay. So it is the day one of Jenkins. Now tell me, how's the day one of Jenkins for you? Is it able to understand for all of you? Online guys, what about you guys? How's the day one of Jenkins for you? Was clear, great, interesting, fine, good, interesting, and great learning. Okay, fine. So now after the session, what we are going to learn, sir? We are going to learn the interview question. So now I'm going to teach you what are the most asked interview question from Jenkins. First of all, what is Jenkins? Tell me what is Jenkins? Jenkins is a CI tool. Which tool? CI tool. If you said CI/CD, complete class is waste actually. Okay. It's a CI tool. What is the meaning of CI? Tell me what is continuous integration. Continuous build plus continuous. What you are building and testing? Old code with new code. And what is continuous delivery versus deployment? Delivery is deployment to production is manual. Deployment to production is automatic means deployment. Is it clear now? To do CI/CD, what we need to have? What is the meaning of pipeline? Step by step execution of a or series of events interlinked with each other. Explain something about Jenkins. It's a free and open source tool written on Java programming language given by. It's not Kaushik, man. Kosuke Kawaguchi. Port number, default path, varlib Jenkins. These are the highlight points for it. Okay. And what is a workspace? Tell me what is a workspace? Where the job output is going to store and how to create workspace, custom workspace. Okay. This I'll cover on tomorrow's session. Why? Because for today it's fine. So this is the concept and high level overview about Jenkins. So the next part here, I'm going to go for doubts and queries part. So online, you can raise your hands for doubts and queries discussion. Before that, offline, any queries from your end? Any queries from today's session? Nothing, huh? Okay. So online, you can raise your hand. We can go for doubts and queries part. Okay. So let's go with the doubts and queries from online point of view. So Gopi Krishna, you can speak now. I gave the unmute option for you.
Yeah, hi sir, good evening.
Yeah.
So
Good
I have a
evening, Gopi
question
Krishna.
regarding, yeah. So you in manual process, right? You said for Maven, it is running in only Java 1.8.
Yes.
So after that, for Jenkins, it's running on Java 11, right? So you said we have to change Java 8 to Java 11, right? So then in Java 11 also this Maven is
Yeah,
working, right?
basically I'll tell you, Gopi. See, these versions are not going to be constant. Previously, couple of years ago, both Jenkins and Maven is going to work on 1.8.0. Okay, so these versions will change for every 6 months. In the upcoming days, you will get the new version. So don't confuse about the versions. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
So guys, remember these Java versions will be changed for Jenkins to Maven for every 6 to 8 months. Okay, so no need to worry about it. It is going to keep change. Next, Madhu, you can speak now. Madhu Raja.
Yeah, hi. Actually, you have shown for like one single file, right? One developer. What if like three developers do commit, and how would we?
It doesn't matter. See, if developer one committed the file and developer two committed the file, at the end of the day, the file need to come from branch only, right? This is the branch I configured. I haven't
Okay.
configured the files. I configured the entire branch. So even if
Okay.
multiple developers will commit the file, each and every file need to come to this branch only, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Fine. So next, Satya, you can go ahead now. Luman Satya.
Yeah, hi.
Hello.
Same question only. Suppose we have a multiple developers. Every developer will going to commit the code at the time. Every time we
Yeah.
are going to do the build. Mean to say from Jenkins level, do we need to build the code, or at one go we can go finish all the build activity?
Okay. See, guys, I'll tell you one thing. Basically, this you need to heard. Put your phones aside first of all and look at here. See, here in real time, I have the multiple developers, guys. So developer one I have, developer two I have, and developer three also I have. Let's take developer one completed a file, developer two completed a file, developer three completed a file. At the end of the day, here you need to focus on the branch. All the developers are committing the files to the branch only. So what I am doing in the Jenkins server, I am configuring the branch. What I am configuring? If I configure this branch, developer one code will come, developer two code will come, and developer three code will come. Okay. And before that, once developer committed the code, their team manager will intimate to do the deployment. Okay. It's not like in the middle of the deployment, we don't commit randomly. Once the code is ready from their end, they will commit all the files to the single repository in the single branch. We will take that branch and we are going to do the work. So make sure this one at the end of the day, files will come to the branch, and in Jenkins, we are going to configure the branch, not the files. So even the multiple developers will commit, at the end of the day, files will come to the branch respectively. Hope this point is clear for all of you.
Yeah. So how many mean to say how many days it will take in real time? How frequent it will work actually every week.
So frequent release will be for every 4 weeks, I can say, Satya.
Okay.
Okay. For every 4 weeks, the code will change and we're going to deploy the new code. So it depends upon the release cycles actually. Okay.
Fine. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Kalpana, you can go ahead now.
Yeah, hi, good morning, Raham.
Yeah, good evening actually.
Okay, sorry.
Fine.
Yeah, I forgot. I need to ask that you have copied one link from one link.
Yes, that is the GitHub repository link, Kalpana.
Okay, we need to copy from Git or
you need to copy.
from
You need to copy
there.
from this repository also. Basically, in the notes I have given. If you go and check your notes, in the notes I have mentioned which repository to copy. Okay, step by step I have given for you.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Faninath, you can go ahead, Faninath.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Faninath.
Sir, today we first go with the Java version. We install that. So after that, we move to Java 11. So can't we install directly Java 11?
If you install Java 11, Maven will not take 1.8.0 directly. That is the reason, first of all, why I install Maven, then later I install Jenkins.
Okay. In real time also the same thing?
In real time also same process. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Sir, and one more question, sir, for yesterday's. So from the developers, we'll get the source code and pom.xml.
Yes, pom.xml.
So, yeah. In pom.xml, we have dependencies. So how we will know, suppose if he missed any dependency, will he get any error for us?
Yes, definitely, Fannath. Here you are going to troubleshoot the errors also. It is day one only, right? From tomorrow, I'm going to show you what kind of errors you are going to get and how exactly you're going to troubleshoot them. I'll teach you, okay?
Okay, sir. Got it.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Finally, Shamsuddin Khan, you can go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Shamsuddin.
Same question regarding the version. Actually, just wanted to know, like, we need to switch every time, like, if there is a version changes in the real time also.
No, remember, once you set up the Jenkins server in real time, you don't delete that, right? So you need
Right.
to change it. Once it is only one-time activity.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. So online, still any doubts or any queries from your end? Sir, by using MN clean package, Jenkins previous artifact and previous code will be destroyed. If I want to access the previous artifact, should I need to? Oh, Vinay, your previous artifacts are going to store on Jenkins server. I'll show you how to add the previous artifact. And one more thing, we have a tool called Nexus. In the Nexus, I'm going to show you how to store the each version of the artifact separately. Okay, you need to wait for the Nexus for your doubt and query. Hope it is clear for you, Sai Vinay. Tomorrow we have the class. So guys, our class are from Monday to Saturday. Only for the demo week, I give the rest. Okay. So from Monday to Saturday, we are having it. And what is your question, Ankit? Wait, let me check it. Once we do the build process, previous build are also going to store. Yes, definitely, Ankit Kumar. It doesn't matter if you do 100 builds, your previous builds like 98, 97 is going to store separately. Hope it's clear. So Gautam, you want to speak? Go ahead.
My doubt is like if you want to deploy, sorry, if we are creating for every scenario, we are creating one EC2 instance, right?
Okay.
In every EC2 instance, we need to create like Java and Maven.
No, remember in real time, you create only one EC2 instance for Jenkins. And once you install the Jenkins, that will be your forever continuous integration server. You don't do this activity multiple times, Gautam.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Fine. Yeah, great. Sir, could you please explain me once Maven practical part? Ashoka, basically Maven, you need to forget from now. Why? Because the same process you are going to do from Jenkins, right? Even though if you don't practice Maven, it is absolutely fine. I just said the process of what Maven can do. Okay, but the real process is going to start from Jenkins itself. Okay, fine, Nang, you can go. So guys, still we are having 5 minutes. So tell me what you want me to cover in 5 minutes. Interview questions already done. Sorry. Recap you want? Already we done recap. Some technical news you want me to cover? Definitely. So basically, I need to cover the troubleshooting part. Okay. So if you go inside using the troubleshooting skills here, these topics I'll be covering, but not now. In the upcoming days, when the session moves now, I'll be covering this one. Why? Because if I cover the technical version of the point now, you can't able to understand. Okay. So anyways, I'm gonna cover this one, but not in upcoming days. Workshops. Where you are asking here or like? That is official submits, right? So that is going to be managed by the AWS team. Okay. So they will intimate you once they before commit submit. For example, if you have the AWS account, if you open them, if they are having any kind of submit, they will update you on the console actually. Why you want to participate? For which purpose? You don't get any kind of experience with it. Merge and rebase. See, what is the meaning of merging actually? To add the code from two different branches. What does rebase will do? Same process, but what is the difference? Merge will store the, rebase will not store it. And merge will show the files, rebase will not show the files. And Gopi Krishna, I want to add something. Okay, go ahead, Gopi Krishna.
Sir, actually, now we know how to create EC2 instance and how
Okay.
to we can connect with the public IP address, right? But in coming to the time, we should not use public IP address, right?
We can use
need to
private
use
IP at that
domain
time.
name.
Don't worry. So here I'm
Ah.
showing you public IP address, but in real time, your communication, everything will be done with the private IP itself. Okay.
But it is showing domain name, right? So we have any way to create domain name?
See, in real time, your IT team will buy a domain for the Jenkins server and they will do the DNS concept for it. Okay. So you can access from public IP or you can do it from domain also. It doesn't matter. So this domain routing, domain mapping, everything will be done by the IT team actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
And guys, how many of you got the Google Classroom access here? All of you got? How many of you haven't got? Raise your hands. Just go and ask admin. Okay, for you it is exception and remaining. So if you haven't got the Google Classroom access, please go and contact your admin for Google Classroom and Telegram. Okay, basically Telegram link I have given here itself. If you got the Google Classroom access, you will get the virtual lab access as well as you'll be getting the, what is the other thing you can get? And Telegram. Okay. So while if you are practicing, if you are getting any kind of doubts, so Telegram channel is activate for doubt discussion. You can post it there. Okay. Mostly I'll be trying to check the Telegram for every like 1 hour or 2 hours. If I get the chance, definitely I'm going to reply you there. Okay. What will store? History, logs version. I would recommend you to check the Git concept once. Okay. You might missed it. So check it once. Next weekend holidays, sir, to cover 2 leftovers. Oh, okay. Need weekend holiday, na? So basically, I don't have the choice to give the holiday for you. So definitely need to come. And one more thing I want to tell for all of you is, so guys, so try to come to offline sessions as much as possible. Why? Because I'm telling you, offline is gonna be complete different when you compare with online. That's what I'm sure. Why? Because like most of the people you experience offline and online both, right? How many of you experienced both here? Raise your hands. Which one is better? Offline. Why? Because if you want to learn some good knowledge and good concept, come to offline. I will recommend everyone. And one more thing, in future, if it is not possible, it's fine completely. But till at least Jenkins and try to come to offline. If you learn the Jenkins completely, that will give a lot of clarity for the upcoming tools. But what if you miss Jenkins? You cannot get anything to the brain. Okay. So that's it for today's guys. Hope the session was very good for all of you. So let's meet on tomorrow's session with some new topic. Have a great day. Bye all. Thank you.